Imagine a plane taking off on a routine flight and disappearing without a trace.
After 37 years, Flight 914 lands. The mystery deepens as the crew is nowhere to be found. Imagine a plane taking off on a routine flight and disappearing without a trace is origination. And then, 37 years later, it suddenly lands, as if nothing had happened. Today you will hear one of the most mysterious stories in aviation, the legend of Flight 914. On July 2, 1955, a Pan American plane allegedly departed from New York for Miami. On board were dozens of passengers. The weather was clear, the equipment was in good working order. However, after some time, Flight 914 disappeared from radar. The controllers lost contact with it, but did not immediately raise the alarm.
The plane just vanished. No distress signal, no malfunction message.
It's gone, into thin air.
There was no distress signal or malfunction message.
That's impossible. Check the logs again.
Running diagnostics now.
The search began. They scoured the route, possible crash sites in the ocean area, but they found not received notifications, and the story of the aircraft became yet another tragedy of aviation. Decades passed. People grew accustomed to the idea that Flight 914 would never be found. And so, on September 1992, a plane that should no longer have existed. Controllers spotted an unidentified aircraft on their radar screens.
Unidentified aircraft, state your intentions. Miami Tower, this is Flight 914 from New York to Miami.
There was one small nuance. In the records, this flight was listed as having gone missing nearly 40 years ago.
According to the legend, the pilot confidently reported, "We are Flight 914, New York to Miami. What is your estimated time of arrival?
Confirm your departure date."
The aircraft was cleared to land. He touched down gently on the runway, as if he had just flown in from New York. And it was at that very moment that everyone realized, if this really was Flight 914.
It is said that passengers could be seen through the cabin windows, dressed as if they belonged to the mid-20th century. None of them understood what was happening.
What is going on here? I have no idea. Look at the plane! Time on board proceeded at its usual pace. But outside the aircraft, the world had already changed. Copy, perimeter check, go!
From here, the story becomes even stranger. According to one version, after a brief stopover, the pilot suddenly refused to open the doors. Vanished just as suddenly as he had once disappeared from radar in 1955. Some articles tell the story of a dispatcher who allegedly preserved recordings of the radio transmissions, as well as documents corroborating this strange incident. But the more you look at this evidence, the more it seems that what lies before us is not a report, but a skillfully crafted fabrication. The story of Flight 914 swept across the globe, appearing in magazines, TV programs, and websites dedicated to mysteries. But many researchers are convinced this is a fabrication, an urban legend created by journalists to attract attention. There are simply no authentic official documents confirming this incredible journey through time. If one carefully cross-references aviation accident databases, actual airline archives, and official reports, it becomes clear this story simply isn't there. And to be clear, this story simply isn't officially tensiments. Even if I'm for me free of the one plane confirmed missing Flight 914 with the described details, nor an official landing in Caracas in 1992. And yet, the legend of Flight 914 lives on. It is frightening, mesmerizing, and makes you wonder, what if time really can glitch? What if there are places where planes and ships vanish not merely into thin air, but into other eras? Was there in fact an aircraft that landed 37 years later? Or is this merely a beautiful, frightening fairy tale for lovers of mysteries? That is for you to decide. Let us know in the comments whether you believe the story of Flight 914 and what, in your opinion, might have happened to it.